Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is today's Corner Talk. Man, it is currently 12:49 a.m. on Friday night, Saturday morning, and I was about to go to bed. I had just finished a review, hadn't even edited it yet, and I'm FaceTime with my mom. No, I was on the phone with my mom and my sister, and I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm finna hang up. I gotta, edit this video, then go to bed. And I started scrolling my Instagram. Scrolling. And then, what do I see? Cardi B and Offset got engaged. I'm looking like, what the? Now I can't go to sleep. I have to do a dang on today's Corner Talk Gossip Edition. So, yes, Cardi B and Offset Famigos did get engaged tonight. He proposed her with an 8-carat diamond ring at the Powerhouse concert that was held tonight in New York. She was over the work, she was, ow. Yes, there is video. You can see it. I will have it posted on my, I couldn't think right there. On my Instagram, my Jelly's Corner Instagram. It will be posted by the time you guys see this video. It's on there now, but y'all can't see this yet, so you know what it is. But yeah, he surprised her. They were on stage. She was about to perform, and he walked up and tapped her on the shoulder and, got down on one knee and proposed. And she just kind of went, she was excited. She was happy. She flipped her head, made sure her wig didn't come off because you got to make sure the wig is secured. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she said yes. They hugged. It was very beautiful. I feel like when two rappers get married on stage, I guess that's how you do things. Some people be like, why? He didn't even say nothing to her. How did she know what he said? My thing is, when you propose with an 8-carat diamond ring, we probably already had conversations about how much we are in love with each other. Proposing to me is that statement. I don't have to be in a quiet setting and pour my heart out to you. You proposed, okay? Thank you. So yeah, congratulations are in order for those two. They broke up for like a day last week, but that was it. She was mad, and it is what it is. People do go through that all the time. But, I am a Cardi B fan, so congrats to Cardi B and Offset of the Migos. The ring looks beautiful. Is a diamond cut? I can't remember right now. But it's huge. It's huge. It's a huge ring. She can't wear that thing nowhere, okay? She only can wear that thing to church and maybe to the wedding, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? He got to get something smaller to wear around town. It's huge, 8 carats, huge. Okay, and it looks pretty. So of course she's happy, and she posts her own thing on Instagram. Showing the ring and just saying how much she loves him, and she loves how he has helped her grow as a person. How he accepts and loves her family. Beautiful thing. I'm not following him on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere, but I'll see what he said, and I'll probably post it on my Instagram as well. And immediately of them two getting engaged, Offset's baby mama, gives a petty, congratulations post. She posted, congratulations to my son's father and future stepmother, who my son still hasn't met. Hopefully he's invited to the wedding. Damn, bitch, you better already? I mean, how you better within the first hour of somebody being engaged? That's what you're going to do? You couldn't wait till tomorrow to say that? I mean, come on now, girl. Get over yourself. I don't like bitter baby mamas, okay? And that post was very bitter baby mama-ish, okay? So, yeah. So, congrats are for them. We then see, not only Cardi B ain't the only person, sporting a whole new dial on her finger. We see Toni Braxton is shown with a fat rock on her ring finger. Now, we know Toni has been linked to Birdman for the past couple of years. Recently, it was rumored that her and Birdman had secretly married. I didn't comment on it because I still feel like Birdman and Toni Braxton is the publicity stunt. I just don't believe it. And not because they're not like all over social media, being together. Because I feel like there are ways to either keep your life private or to have it be in the open or to be coy. I feel like they show just enough to make people be interested and talk about them, just enough to get buzz for stuff. Just enough. But it doesn't seem like it's private. I feel like it's the publicity stunt. I don't know if it is in real life. We've seen him on their, the Braxton Family Values a couple of times. He's popped in here and there. But I just feel like if you are with someone and y'all married, like, don't tease people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't out the blue pop up with a big ass diamond ring on your ring finger. Because what would piss me off is if she then in 2 days say, of course I'm not married. Why y'all think I'm married? Just because I had a ring on my ring finger, that's huge. I don't like those kind of games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of person. I think you either argue or you aren't. And I don't like the whole in-between of, oh, y'all shouldn't assume anything. Well, what am I supposed to think when you out the blue come out the house with a huge diamond ring on your ring finger after it's being alleged that you are married to someone? You can't then tell me, you stop assuming. So, I don't know if they married. I don't know if they engaged. I almost don't care. If they are, in fact, married, or if they are, in fact, engaged, congratulations. Wish you the best. It would be a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I am a person who I feel like I don't like the whole publicity stunt of it. Because ever since they've been together, it's always been we're just friends. We're just friends. We're just hanging out. It's nothing like that. Okay, well then I don't care. Eat it your friend. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. So, if she is engaged, again, if she is, congratulations, well wishes and, blessings to you. So, from engagements to engagements to engagements, we have to get into the divorce section of this video. Yes, Toni Braxton's little sister, Tamar Braxton, is getting divorced from her husband, Vince Herbert. Now, Tamar and Vince, who have been married for 9 years, they share one son, 4-year-old Logan, I was shocked when I heard this story a couple days ago, and I didn't do a video on it just yet because I was like, I was still shocked about it, I guess, and I've been busy at work, and I was doing other videos, so yeah, but they have had a tumult. The past year has been crazy, with the whole allegations of the alleged assault situation between the two of them, where they were like arguing and he bit her finger, just little stuff like that, rumors of him cheating and her, just different things have happened, her being fired from the Real, how he lost the lawsuit where he has to pay Sony back almost $4 million, her being in the hospital, him being in the hospital. He was in a car accident just a couple of weeks ago. Her doing her album, The Bluebird of Happiness, and that's being her last album where she was going to try to focus on her marriage. It's been a lot. And I'm pretty sure, as we also know, their show, Tamar and Vince, premieres, I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. So, am I surprised they're getting divorced? Yes. Simply because they put it up such a united front. And she supposedly was quitting music to work on her marriage. And that was just as of within the past 2 months. So, I feel like if you're doing interviews 2 months ago about how you're stepping away from making music to save your marriage, then you file for divorce 2 months later, what's going on? And I feel like she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Honestly, she doesn't, even though I'm asking. But I just feel like it's sad. You know what I'm saying? We saw how much they loved each other, but we also saw how much they argued and fuss and fight. And that's how a lot of marriages are. It's good with the bad. And 9 years of marriage in that industry is the equivalent of 30 years of a regular marriage, because it's just so much other things that they have to deal with on that public level of being husband and wife. So, some people were like, she talked stuff about her sisters whose husband, how Gage was cheating on Trina. Tawanda's husband wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Different things that how she was talking about her sister's marriages. And now hers is over. And we kind of don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's gonna show itself out on the new season of Vince and Tamar and Vince. So we'll probably see what happened. It could also be because Vince owes all the people money. The divorce could just be so that they can't go after all of their money. It'll be just under Vince. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And not even that. When Toni and T.I. was going through their little divorce saga, how Tamar was so, you got to fight for your marriage. So, who knows? You know what I'm saying? All we know is she did file for divorce. And we can only pray that they get, you know, peace within the situation. But it's going to have to play its way out. You know what I'm saying? It's going to play its way out. Yes, I will be reviewing Tamar and Vince. Because that's what I do. So, so with Tamar also getting a divorce, guess who else is getting a divorce? Her ex-co-host, Jeannie Mai from The Real. Jeannie Mai's, who's been married to her husband, Freddie, they were married for 13 years. And since they had been on The Real, I did watch The Real when Tamar was on there. I stopped watching once she got fired because I'm like, okay, it's just too much going on. I won't watch it. And, you know, but Jeannie has always spoke about her and Freddie having issues currently within their marriage, based on the fact that when they first got married, they neither one of them wanted children. And then years into the marriage, you know, maybe 8-9 years later, he wants children, she does not. And she was adamant that she did not see children in her particular future. And she has every right to feel that way. He then wanted children. And for her, she was saying how she didn't want to have a child just to save her marriage. And I commend her 100% to that, because so many people, husband and wives, will have a child because the other person wants a child even when they don't. And it's not selfish if you wholeheartedly don't want children and you stick to that. Because if you have children anyway, and then it doesn't fix whatever it was, it's going to still be broken. You know what I'm saying? And that child will eventually feel the ramifications of, one of the parents didn't want me and had me just to make the other parent happy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, kudos to Jeannie for putting herself first, as she said, because she talked about it on The Real when she announced that, yes, her and Freddie was getting a divorce, because they have now grown to go into two separate paths. And when you are married, you can both still grow together. But if you're growing and you're not growing together, it ain't gonna work. And she said, we have grown apart, our paths have split, and we have gone different ways, you know, even though that's not what we wanted. You know, she said how, you know, it had nothing to do with cheating. You know, we still love each other. You know, he's still the best person I know. And it's solely because she can't give him what he wants, and he wants what he wants, and she wants what she wants. And they are two different people on two different paths right now. And I feel like her divorce situation is different from Tamar's divorce situation. I feel like hers is more explained, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, people know what's going on and the reason for it. Whereas Tamar, you kind of just don't know. Jeannie is being a little bit extremely open and extremely honest about it. Whereas some people who are on TV shows and radio shows and talk shows, they don't be real with what's going on. They'll just say, well, yeah, you know, they won't talk about it. Or they'll just say, you know, we're getting a divorce. We're not giving no other information. So I commend her for telling her story and saying, it's not that we don't love each other. It's not that one of us cheated. It's not that we feel out of love. It's just that we are two different people now, and we want two different things. And she's verbatim said, and I don't want to have a child to save my marriage. And she shouldn't have to. And he shouldn't have to not have children when he wants children. They should be able to separate, because you're not happy together. And not happy in the aspect of you're making each other unhappy, but you're missing something that the other one can't give you. And you love that person enough to let them go and get what they need to be happy. So she's letting him go so he can get what he needs to be happy. And she is letting herself be who she sees that she needs to be. And that doesn't include her being a mom. Now, she could absolutely in 10 years change her mind and want to have kids. But at this point in time, that isn't what she wants. And she's adamant that that's not what she wants. So that's a great thing, to be able to let your spouse be happy when you know it won't be with you. So I hope the reason that Tamar and Vince is divorcing is for the same reason. That for whatever reason it is, they're not making each other happy. And they are better off apart. I don't want it to be about nothing petty. I don't want it to be about nothing else. Okay? Tamar, Vince, okay? So, but also the funny part about that is, Tamar, as we know, was fired off of The Real. They have not talked about Tamar, spoke about Tamar, nothing the past 2 seasons since she's been gone. But when it was announced that her and Vince was getting a divorce, they spoke about it. Okay, they just said, it was breaking news. Tamar and Vince is getting divorced, and even though we've had our issues with her, and I forgot how they worded it, might not have been that exact way. We want to wish her and Vince the best. We still love you. Blah 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 blah. I felt like they could have did that differently. I felt like y'all have not spoke on her and anything that she's had going on. Whether it was her in the hospital, whether it was her when Vincent was in a car accident, he was in the hospital. Y'all have not spoke on that. So my thing is, why speak up now? I feel like if y'all wanted to extend that olive branch to let her know that y'all were in her corner, I felt like maybe y'all should have done that off camera. Posting something on your IG. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it should have been addressed on the show. Solely because we still don't know why she was fired from the show. Because y'all don't talk about it. Y'all don't talk about her. When her album came out and she retired from music, y'all didn't bring that up. Y'all haven't brought up anything to do with Tamar or any of the Braxtons, if I can recall. I might be wrong about any of the Braxtons, but y'all have not talked about that girl at all since she was fired. I felt like this. I get that y'all was genuine in showing her support. I'm not saying that don't be genuine. What I'm saying is, I feel like y'all could have reached out to her privately and gave that piece of, we're here for you. And then maybe, a few months down the line, I had her on the show and had an open dialogue about what happened so the fans could know what the hell happened. I ain't saying because she did not divorce and people were saying how, the reason that she was let go was because Vince was hard and he's a manager, and maybe if she's not being managed by him, she can come back. I ain't saying bring her back to the show. Don't do that. But don't speak on her when it's convenient for y'all to look good, I guess is the lack of a better term. But I'm happy that they did something. I just wish it was done off the show. That's just my personal opinion. Tyrese and his antics, Lord Jesus. I posted about Tyrese on my I have a Facebook Jaylee's Corner page. I posted about it there, but I'm going to do it in this video too. Tyrese need help. Tyrese was up in arms about The Rock doing a spinoff, the Hobbs and Shaw movie. He was all up in arms about that. He was pissed about the brotherhood, and we've all been offered movies, and we didn't take them, and you shouldn't either. And who cares? The Fast and Furious brand does have to expand. I can't remember if I did a video on it, but I'm going to speak on it a little bit here. The Fast and Furious brand needs to expand. The Fast and Furious brand has been around forever. Okay, I remember the first movie. Eventually, every good franchise adds parts to the franchise. You add it. You just don't make a Thor movie. You don't. You don't. You make a Thor movie. You make a Hulk movie. You make an Avengers movie. You make an Iron Man movie. You make a Spider-Man movie. You make all of that because the brand is still the brand with different parts to it. Okay? The franchise is still the franchise. It's still a Marvel's franchise. It's still a DC franchise. It's still a Fast and Furious franchise, even if different characters have spinoffs. It's still all a part of it. Because with each spinoff, you can still have other characters be on each spinoff. If you have a Hobbs and Shaw spinoff, the ending of that movie can be the beginning of Fast 9 or Fast 8, whichever one they own now. It's a whole bunch of them. So he had that whole debacle. He was all up in arms on Instagram, posting long paragraphs, and on Twitter telling The Rock to reply back to him. The Rock finally did it, I won't say admit, he finally announced that the Shaw movie was a thing, and it was gonna be made, and it was coming out next year in 2018, I think it's coming out next year, or maybe 2019, I forgot when it's coming out. But even he said, I was happy to come to this franchise, and I love, bringing more to the table and, you know, making more characters. It's a business, okay? As much as the Fast and Furious franchise is about their brotherhood, it's still a business at the end of the day. And just because, you know, Paul Walker, may rest in peace, may have said no to a spinoff, just because Vin Diesel may have said no to a spinoff, that doesn't mean anyone else has to say no. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's being made and it's being included as a part of the franchise, as long as it's not really making its own separate stuff. If it's a part of the franchise, what are you mad for? Okay? We had that whole thing. Then him and his ex-wife, the mother of his daughter, got a temporary restraining order because he allegedly beat or whooped their 10-year-old daughter. And so there was a temporary restraining order put into place where he could not, like, personally, or he couldn't have any direct or indirect contact with the mom, Norma Gibson, or the daughter, Shayla. So what does Tyrese do? He's all on Instagram, posting paragraphs, you know, just pouring up a little heart. And it's overkill. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot with these paragraphs. He was sending gifts to his daughter's school. He then hired a plane to fly a banner saying, you know, no matter what, Daddy loves you, Shayla. You know what I'm saying? All this extraness of the stuff, which could technically be witness tampering or witness intimidation, because the 10-year-old daughter is a witness in this possible permanent restraining order, because allegedly the daughter told mom, Dad beat me so bad my bottom hurts. Now, I'm an 80s baby. My parents whipped me, and when we got whooped, it made the butt hurt. I don't know in what capacity he whooped that girl, but if she got a whooping, like a regular whooping that we got when we was kids, that's not abuse in my eyes. I think there is a thin line between, you know, a whooping and abuse. I also feel like kids who might not be used to getting whoopings could say something like, Daddy beat me, and it can be exaggerated. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping and praying that the 10-year-old daughter said, Daddy beat me because she got a whipping for doing something, and the mom didn't take that and run with it. Okay, that's what I'm hoping did not happen. I'm hoping the reason she's keeping Tyrese away from her daughter is because he really did something bad to her, and that it was really abuse, and it wasn't a child getting a whipping for doing something wrong. You know, they were saying that he supposedly whooped her because she took money out of her piggy bank that I guess she wasn't supposed to touch. Parents whoop their kids for different reasons. That's his daughter, okay? And, you know, I know everyone isn't for whoopings. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I was raised and I got whoopings and I'm fine. Did I like whoopings when I was a kid? No, I didn't. But when I did things wrong, that was, you know, we got a whipping. That was what it was. My mom didn't hit me with idle stuff. No, I think one time she did. One time my mom hit me with a comb. Like a regular comb like you come here with. I think she popped me. It was the weirdest thing. She popped me. But, you know, my mother never, like, punched me in the face. She didn't do stuff like that. I barely got whoopings, honestly. I wasn't a bad kid. I probably, my whole life, have maybe gotten 5 whoopings in my whole life. And, you know, yeah. And they weren't, like, yeah, it was normal. So, you know, that's what I'm hoping, that it wasn't, you know, a real beating. But the documents that one place had posted showing the mom say the daughter, they were saying like he held her down on the ground, put his foot in her back, held her arm, and used the other hand to whoop her butt. I'm like, now that is excessive. If that's what he did, if that's what he did, I don't see the reason to ever put your knee in a child's back. That is abuse. That's why I'm like, is that what really happened? Because I'm like, if that happened, wouldn't she have bruised? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, you know, I don't know. So, you know, he was all emotional about it. They were going to court because, you know, she had the temporary one. She now wants a permanent one because he had the banner flying. She's accusing him of having people follow her around. She's scared that he might try to take the girl and move to Dubai, because we know Tyrese is always over there in Dubai. And, you know, when you over there in Dubai, you don't have to come back. And I don't think there is an extradition law where if you take someone to Dubai, that they will force a parent to bring the other child back. I think you can stay over there, you know, without the other parent having anything, without the other parent having any way of making you come back. So, you know, he went to court and everything, and because he was in court I'm so tired. He was in court all day. He was saying how he was tired, he was dehydrated. So he checked himself into the hospital for anxiety, dehydration, just being tired. After being, you know, leaving the hospital, he's then caught outside by TMZ, and he outside smoking a cigar. And I'm like, he was also having chest pains. If you were having chest pains and an anxiety attack and dehydration, you should not come outside afterwards and smoke a cigar. Okay? Took your ass somewhere and sit down. And he just brought up how, you know, it's just so hard, and how he misses his daughter, and his heart's breaking. And again, I'm hoping that all this pouring his heart out on Instagram, you know, talking to the camera, sounding oh so sad and depressed and just, oh my God, just so broken. I need it to be real. Okay? I need it to be real and not for the cameras, Tyrese. I really, really, really do. And something about it just screams a little bit for the cameras. A little bit about it, it screams, I need the courts to see this. And I'm sad that I feel that way, but that's what it seems like. I feel like there are ways to handle private and personal situations and not be on social media, especially when it comes to children, because you have to remember she's 10. Her friends are on social media. Her friends are seeing this, and then she can get teased for it. Your daddy on Instagram crying. Your daddy on Instagram with a cigar. Your daddy giving you gifts and toys. You know what I'm saying? It's that Tyrese, calm down, bro. I hope you get your daughter back. I hope that these allegations are false, because if they are not false, you shouldn't be around her. I don't think men who abuse their children should be able to be around them. I don't. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what that man. I don't know that lady. I don't make the news. I just report it. So yeah, he was released from the hospital and he was all fine, and he was hanging out with his wife for her birthday. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I think that's it. Yep, that is all that I want to cover today. What else? The Golden State Warriors was playing the the Washington Wizards, and Draymond Green and Bradley Beal got into a full-fledged altercation. I'm like, is they on the floor wrestling? Like, y'all fighting on the floor. It was crazy. I mean, both teams had to rush in and get them. You see everyone trying to separate them, and it looked like when, I don't know who grabbed who first. It looked like when they were going up for the shot that Beal may have hit Draymond. I don't know if it was on purpose. I think it was just within the emotion, the commotion when Draymond went for the shot. And then it looks like he might have like hit him once, maybe twice. I don't know if it was on purpose. And then Draymond kind of grabbed him up. Like they were kind of locked up, and like it was weird. And they were just tussling. And you know, at first the game was going on, and the camera kind of panned back to him, and they was like in a full-fledged like headlock, arms locked together, like and talk whatever. And then they was going back and back and back, fell into the front row. So you got the team trying to separate them, you got the refs, coaches, fans trying to get them apart. And then when they came back up, Draymond Green whole jersey was ripped on one whole side, and they was going back and forth. They both were of course ejected from the game today. But I'm like, what y'all beefing for? And so I can't wait to see the antics of it on ESPN later. So yeah, but and you know, this is all today. Again, I was about to go to bed, and I had to make a video of my today's corner talk. So that's what I want to cover. You know, Offset and Cardi B, again, congratulations. Toni Braxton, if you are engaged to or married to Birdman, congratulations. You know, well wishes to Toni Braxton, to Tamar and Jeannie Mai, to, you know, and also to Vince and Freddie, you know, for their divorce, and hopefully they can find peace and solace until, you know, whatever they need to find peace and solace in. Tyrese, I wish you the best, bruh, and I hope the allegations are not true. If they are true, then you a piece of shit, and that's just what it is. So, I am Jay Lee. This is today's Corner Talk. Until next time, people, peace.